Triniken back in here again with a new video. So, it's not a part 2 to the first video I made, but I have some time today, so I'm going to make sure that I get these videos out and I upload them, and you guys get to see them tonight. The more and more that you choose to continue to be lost, you choose to not focus on what needs to get done, the more you choose to not focus on improving yourself and your habits and your mental health and your actual physical health, the harder it will be for you to start. A lot of times I myself don't feel like working out, but after you do it, after you start getting that sweat in, everything feels better. It doesn't feel like I'm doing this task because I need to do it. I'm doing this task because I want to do it. That's the difference between people that get things done and don't get things done. A lot of people I start seeing sometimes, like when it's raining outside, I be going through it. But I see people running in the rain or they're walking in the rain. And then I realize, it could be much worse. And, I should adopt how some people are that like every day to get up and run, or every day to get up and do this, and every day to get up and do that. Due to the fact that, they don't let the weather dictate their happiness. They don't let the weather tell them when to go, when not to go, and for a long time I let the weather dictate how I feel about the day. Sometimes I let the weather dictate what I'm going to do for the rest of the day. And the more I realize that like this is an impossible task to overcome due to the fact that it was raining outside, the more I felt like I was stagnant. So if you ever feel stagnant due to the weather, you need to understand that the weather's going to happen. It's all about how you choose to deal with the weather, rather than you letting it affect you completely and stagnating you the whole entire day, the whole entire week. It's just best for you to understand what you can do during this weather instead of cursing the weather and being completely upset. Because I really feel like once I start getting upset, it'll start raining. People will start speeding. People start driving worse. And for me, like when I put that into the environment, I feel like I'm doing myself a disservice due to the fact that I have to be out here working. Not have to, but I'm out here working, So the more and more like I let my emotions or any kind of distress get in the way, the harder it gets for me to make it to the end of the day. The more and more I dread each hour, because I'm like, why is the weather like this? Why are you doing this to me? And I have to understand myself that, life does not happen to you, it happens for you. So it's a blessing and a curse. Most times when it rains, people spend more money, so I make more money on the rainy days than I do when it's sunny outside and they'll still hop in their car and drive somewhere. It really comes down to yourself. It really comes down to what annoys you that you feel shouldn't annoy you. I know some people have dogs. It annoys them when they're sleeping and the dog walks in and farts and then walks back out the room because, that's like something that happens. But you have to learn how to like pretty much eliminate what does not, well, not eliminate, but yeah, in a way you got to figure out what to eliminate that you don't have to actually deal with. What to eliminate from like a random habit that you have that is causing a negative impact on what should get done. And the more and more you practice healthy habits, such as not eating past a certain time, such as, only eating once a day, such as fasting, such as, drinking like real natural juice that you make at home or you cold press or whatever, the easier it'll get for you to actually be on the correct brainwave that you need to be on to get anything you have in the day done, rather than feeling stagnant because of how it looks outside, feeling stagnant because of the way you're thinking. And the more and more you practice healthy habits, the easier it will be for you to adopt them into your life. You got to realize also, they're saying that like Rome wasn't built in a day. So when you take that habit, when you take that saying and you apply it to your life, it becomes easier for you to move past everything that you thought you couldn't move past from. Because the first issue is that you have to admit there's an issue going on. The more and more you try to pretend that it's not happening and you're just, going through the motions every single day, you're not knowing what's going on or why you feel a certain way, the easier it will be for you to just continue down a path of reckless endangerment, reckless, abandonance, and just like pointing outside and, cursing the weather and cursing people and just allowing people to get to you, because there will always come a time where you will feel down. Not every day will be the best day, but it's up to you to make the most of your days. Whether that's reading more, whether that's, maybe taking a nap instead of getting all the sleep you should have got overnight. These little things can actually make a huge difference in your life. And I love y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Do not forget, what you water will grow. What you water will grow. I love y'all.